Hi class, I'm Mrs. Thacker. I teach at Draper 1 and I am going to go over lesson 95 today, which is reducing units before multiplying. Okay, to get started, we're going to pull out our math facts. Our math facts for today are G, which is 30 fractions to reduce. Remember, it's lesson 95, so go ahead and pull those out. Pause this video for 3 minutes and then come back and we'll check your work. Welcome back. Okay, let's check your work. Get your red pens up. 1/4, 2/3, 3/5, 1/2, 3/8. Next row. 1/20, 3/4, 7/8, 2/5, 1/3. Next row. 1/5, 1/2, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. Next row. 1/3, 5/8, 2/3, 1/2, 1/6. Next row. 1/2, 1/8, 4/5, 1/3, 3/4. Next row. 3/4, 2/3, 3/4, 5/6, 1/2. All done. Okay, write your answer correct out of 30 and set it to the side. Okay, in your textbook, we're on page 508 for lesson 95. All right, let's warm up our brains with some mental math. We're going to count up and down by 20s between -100 and 100. All right, count with me. Get ready. -100, -80, -60, -40, -20, 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 100, 80, 60, 40, 20, 0, -20, -40, -60, -80, -100. All done. All right, A, 60 times 80. Get ready. If you said 4,800, you are correct. 437 minus 150. Get ready. If you said 287, you are correct. Okay, C, 25% of 80. Get ready. If you said 20, you are correct. $3.99 plus $4.28. Get ready. If you said $8.27, you are correct. Okay, we have 17 and 5/10 divided by 100. Get ready. If you said 175 thousandths, you are correct. F, 30 times 55. Get ready. If you said 1,650, you are correct. Okay, it's G. It's our long one. Stay with me. Or if you get behind, you can always pause. 6 times 8 plus 1. Find the square root. Times 5 plus 1. Find the square root. Times 3 divided by 2. Find the square root. Get ready. If you said 3, you are correct. Okay, what are the next 4 numbers in the sequence? We have 1/12, 1/6, 1/4, 1/3. If you say 5/12, you are correct. And the next one? 1/2. The next one? 7/12. And the last one? 2/3. If you notice, that pattern is counting by 12ths, right? 1/12, 2/12, and then you just simplify those fractions. Good job, guys. Okay, let's go into our lesson. Alrighty, since lesson 70, we have practiced reducing fractions before multiplying. This is sometimes called canceling. What is this called? Get ready. Yes, canceling. So we've had practice. We're just building on to our previous knowledge, okay? So we can cancel units before multiplying just as we cancel numbers. Okay, so in our example in our book, we have 4 miles over 1 hour times 2 hours over 1 hour. And then we cross off hours because when we cancel, we cross diagonally, right? So we had 1 in the numerator and 1 in the denominator for hours, and so we could cross those off, and we could multiply straight across, just like we always multiply fractions. And we get 8 miles over 1, which we all know is just 8 miles. So example 1, we're going to multiply 55 miles per hour by 6 hours. Okay, so we write per as a division problem. So we have 55 miles, and we're going to put that over an hour, and we're going to multiply that by 6 hours. Okay, I don't have anything underneath it, so we put 1. Okay, let's look at it. What can we cross cancel? If you said hours, you are correct. So we're going to cross off those hours. Do we have any numbers that we can cross off? Nope. So we just multiply straight across, and we have 0 here with the 330 miles over 1, which we all know we can simplify that to 330 miles for our first example. Right, give me 1 second. I got to turn my page. You turn your page. Okay, the unit hour appears. Oh, just kidding. We're going to move on. So example 2 is multiply 5 feet by 12 inches per foot. Okay, so now we have 5 feet, and we're going to multiply that by 12 inches per foot. So per is going to be divided. Okay, we have a number alone here. We're going to put it over 1. And let's see, what can we cross out? If you said foot, you are correct. And then we're going to multiply straight across. So 5 times 12 is 60. We have our label, inches. And we have 1 times 1 equals 1. So we simplify our answer to 60 inches. Okay, go grab a whiteboard if you have a whiteboard or a piece of paper. Let's do lesson practice. I want you to pause it, do it, and then come back and check your work. Let's read our instructions together before we begin. When possible, cancel numbers and units before multiplying. So we have $3 over 1 hour, so $3 per hour, and this guy is going to work for 8 hours. I'm going to put that over 1 because that's what it says in the book. Okay, what can we cross out? Hopefully you crossed out hours. And then we multiply straight across. So our numbers are 3 and 8. So 3 times 8 is 24. Our only label is dollars. And we have 1 times 1 is 1, which we're going to simplify to our answer as $24. All right, pause it. Do B. Okay, you should have 6 baskets for B, over 10 shots, and we're going to multiply it by 100 shots over 1. All right, we are going to look at words first so we can get rid of shots. And we have numbers. Okay, remember when we cancel numbers, we have to divide the numerator and the denominator by the same number. In this case, I know 10 and 100 are divisible by 10, so I'm going to divide 10 by 10, which is 1. Then I like to circle my number so it doesn't get lost because it's not always 1. And then we have 100 divided by 10, which is 10. Again, I'm going to circle that number so it doesn't get lost. Okay, now I'm going to solve. My number over here is 6, so 6 times 10 is 60. Crossed out that label, so all I have is baskets. And then we have 1 times 1, or our answer is 60 baskets. Okay, pause, do C. All right, for C, you should have 10 cents over 1 kilowatt hour multiplied by 26 3/10 kilowatt hours over 1. All right, we are going to cancel kilowatt hours. And then we have ones on the bottom, so we can't do our numbers. So now we're just going to do 10 by 26 and 3/10, which gives us 263. And our label is cents. All right, pause. Do D. All right, D is 160 kilometers over 2 hours. And we're going to multiply it by 10 hours over 1. Okay, you can cross cancel hours. We have 2 and 10, both divisible by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. I circle it so it doesn't get lost. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Circle it. All right, so we have 160 kilometers times 5. Should have gotten 800 kilometers. And then 1 would have been our denominator, and so we circled 800 kilometers. All right, pause, do E. Okay, for E, we multiply 18 teachers by 29 students per teacher. Hopefully that wasn't a little tricky for you, but in case it is, here's what it looks like. 29 students. I'm going to label it with S. And we are going to, oh, I already got it mixed up. Okay, multiply 18 teachers, and by 29 students per teacher. Per is that division. We're going to put this over 1. So we have fractions on both of our multiplications, right? And we can cancel teacher. And then we multiply 18 and 29. And hopefully you got 522. We have 1 times 1 for a denominator of 1. Our label teachers was crossed out, so we have students as our label. Okay, we have one last one. Pause and do F. Come back and check your work. Okay, F. Multiply 2 and 3/10 meters by 100 centimeters per meter. So 2 and 3/10 meters by 100 centimeters per meter. Alrighty, we're going to put this over 1, so we have fractions on both sides. We can cross out meters, but not any numbers. So now we're going to do 2 and 3/10 times 100, which gives us 230. Our label is centimeters. 1 times 1 is our denominator, so we're going to leave our answer at 230 centimeters. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Go ahead and start your work. Read the questions carefully and don't forget to label.